Hey, what's going on, everyone? Justin again. As always, thanks for watching my channel. Welcome back. Cheers to those of you that have your beers. I hope you're enjoying your evening thus far. Here's for our double take. All right. Let's kick this party off with a bang. How to maximize your revenue as a mechanic in 2023, or even just maximize it in general. Forget the year for a minute, am I right? All right, so look, the number one thing, everyone's going to comment on this. Everyone's going to understand where I'm coming from when it comes down to this. Inspections. Inspections, inspections, inspections. It is the most easiest, hardest thing you'll ever have to deal with as a mechanic. No joke. It is the easiest thing to do, and it's the easiest thing to screw up, for sure. This comes from the pavement pounders to the penny pinchers to the internet researchers. You're going to get to a point where you're flying through so many oil changes, and eventually you have so many that come in that you're going to overlook certain things because you just get a little bit, I don't want to say burnt out, but after like so many, you're like, my God, I haven't sold junk out of all 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 of these damn things. I haven't sold anything. This is at the end of the day. I'm trying to go home. They're trying to smack out one more oil change. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and do it. I'm going to fly through it, right? I know what needs to be done. They're looking for a 15-minute quick in and out service. They just drove in. They're trying to hit the road. I'm not going to bother crossing all the T's and dotting all the I's. I'm just going to drain the oil, change the filter, check the brakes, check the tires, do the tire pressure, and we're good, right? Wrong, wrong, and wrong. This mentality has bit me in the ass several times over. It continues to bite me in the butt, for sure. I've had a handful of situations where I'm like, you know what? I've done like 5 or 6 of these things already. Nobody's bought nothing. It's the end of the day. I feel like we're just trying to smack one out of the park. Like just boom, 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 right? Get it done, get it out, get it in, get it out. I don't need to go through a 23 point, a 30 point, a 40 point, a 60 point inspection. They want their oil changed. They want it changed now. It was last minute. Yeah, right? My friends, my fellow mechanics, I'm here to tell you that that is not the way that it goes, because that one person that you think doesn't give a crap at the end of the day is the one that cares the most. Because by the time it's all said and done, you hand it up, good to go. Brakes is good, tires is good, fluid levels is good, and went ahead and changed the oil and filter, set the tire pressure, hit the oil life reset, we good to go. But it was that one air filter that you didn't check. It was that one cabin air filter that you didn't check. It was that one weeping strut that you didn't check. It was that one weeping differential or slightly leaking transfer case, and then it bites you in the butt. And the next thing you know, the owner's not happy, the manager's not happy, all because you did a disservice. You did this disservice by trying to cut corners, by trying to round it out, by trying to just knock this one out of the park. Somebody caught that right in their glove. And they said, not today, sir, not today. So it makes you look bad, it makes your shop look bad, and overall it makes it look like you just didn't do what they paid you to do, which was supposed to be a multi-point inspection. And now they're questioning the shop's integrity of whether or not you even did the oil change, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Oh my God, what a defeater, right? It's a defeater for the day. It's a defeater for the evening. It's a defeater for the morning if they come in to pick it up. Defeater, okay, defeater. But the majority of your upsells, the majority of your work, the majority of your continued work comes from your multi-point inspections. So, and I know this, I've known this, I've been doing this for 13 years, and even I still get to that complacency point where I'm like, oh my God, can we just be done for the day? Can I just finish this real quick? Can I just smack this one out of the park, make the owner happy, make everybody happy? It's done, it's out, and then we can move forward. But nope, it's that one that you neglect that's going to bite you in the tail. So there's one. The other thing is that I would say don't be afraid to recommend things that even you don't know how to do, okay? If the check engine light's on and you're not a check engine light guy, recommend it. You can pull a code, say this is the code that was in there. Even if they didn't pay for diagnostics, you're not diagnosing it, you're pulling a code. So you're not going to charge an hour to pull a code. Hey, look, I pulled the car in. Check engine light was on. Okay, here's the code. Real quick, down and dirty. TPM light's on. You reset the oil pressure. You went for a road test. It's still on. Probably a faulty sensor. Make an annotation of it. Hey, check the tire pressure. Tire pressure was good all the way around. Just didn't pan out. Light's still on. Gonna have to be diagnosed, right? Something like that. So you think about those things. Check the cabin air filter. The cabin air filter is probably one of the number one most neglected areas of the car. And more times than not, it's stupid easy to get to, right? Open the glove box, drop this little arm down, drop these little expanded things down. Next thing you know, you're there, you pull it out. Cabin air filter is dirty. I couldn't tell you, for a month, I went on a streak of just checking every single one. And I could tell you every single one was dirty. And every single one was an upsell, and every single one of them bought one. No joke, no joke. You're not going to get every cushy brake job. You're not going to get every cushy alignment. You're not going to get every cushy flush. These things just don't happen. They might, but it's up to your service writer at a certain point. Now, at the dealerships push flushes more than independent shops. Independent shops do not push flushes because they feel it to be kind of gimmicky. There's a purpose to the brake flush. There's a purpose to the transmission flush, to the coolant flush. A lot of these independent shops do not believe in flush work process. Dealerships do because they can charge 1 to 3 hours per service. That's where they make their money. Especially when most of the stuff that the dealerships are getting in is warranty work. When warranty work comes in, it doesn't exactly pay. But if you could sell the warranty work and you could sell a couple of flushes on the back end, you're good. If you're close to that mileage interval for a tune-up and it's only 4 spark plugs, you're good. Back in the day, a tune-up was much more than just spark plugs. It was spark plugs, it was spark gap check on the distributor. You were filing, you were cleaning stuff up. And a basic LOF was not just engine oil and filter change or re-greasing a ton of U-joints, which are no longer even part of the process, really. More cars than not don't even have U-joints or Zerk fittings to even re-grease. So most times you're just draining the oil and filling it up. But back in the day, they had Zerk fittings for everything. And you had to go ahead and re-grease everything because that's part of the process. Not part of the process now. Part of the thing that I'm a little bit like, what the heck is going on? When I was at Audi, their engine oil change just to do a LOF on a car paid an hour. The dealerships for domestic platform, they'll pay you 0.3. For independent shop, 0.2, 0.3, somewhere in that same genre. A diesel engine oil filter service over the dealership, half an hour. Independent shop, again, about 0.3. They're not paying you anything extra. Diesel fuel filters over at a dealership, 2 hours. Over at the independent shop, 1. So you kind of have to be selective with your work too, to a certain degree. You make sure to check all the T's and dot the I's when you can, but more times than not, they're just not going to do it, man. I'm being honest with you. Okay, a lot of the customers, they know they can only afford to do a basic oil change. That's what they came in for. They will structurize their budget and figure out how to come back for that later service. That's usually what it comes down to. So how do you make more money? Well, recommend anything and everything that car actually needs, not necessarily what you want, but what it needs. And the customer will decide the time frame that's applicable to them to be able to come back and perform work. Try not to neglect your multi-point inspections. I know, it gets a little bit daunting. It's a little tedious. Sometimes we're just trying to get the heck out of there, but it matters. It matters so much that it could leave a bad review just because that one time, that one guy that you were like, "Bah!" At the end of the day, they asked for a wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. And turns out they wanted the creme de la creme and they didn't get it, and now they're dissatisfied. So really take that into heart, take that into consideration, and try not to make that your usual. I know a lot of guys that don't even set tire pressure. They're like, hey, I pulled the car in, TPM light's not on. I don't have to check nothing. I can just go ahead and do the oil change. No, you still have to check. Because if that tire pressure says it's 36 PSI and it's a 33 PSI, it's not going to throw a tire pressure error code. You still got to do it. It's California law. It's one of those things. It's a thing for all the shops here. That's all I got for this video, but let me know what your guys' thought process is on this. I want to know. There's only so much that I know that I can tell you, and there's only so much that the customer is willing to do that they will do. And at a certain point, you kind of get trapped in this like, well, what's going to happen next? Could it produce you extra hours? Maybe. But just don't neglect the inspection. That's the whole point of tonight's video. That's all I got. We'll see you guys next time. Cheers and deuces.